Hello everyone, it's your host Marv again, and today we are going to be talking about the most important file in any AI project, right? Any model, system, agent, and that is the system prompt, right? And in here, I'm going to be calling it the blueprint. Okay, so let's get into it. So, what is a system prompt, right? Every time we send a message to an AI assistant, there's something else that's being sent, but us, the user, doesn't see it. And this is called the system prompt. The system prompt is a set of instructions that gets included with every single API call. It's invisible to us as the user, but it controls everything about how the AI behaves. So you can kind of think about it like a job description, right? In simpler terms, you know, when we hire somebody, we don't just say, hey, go do the work. We tell them, okay, here's your roles, here are your tools, here are the rules, and here's how we as a whole in this community or in this business, right? How we do things. So the system prompt does exactly that for the AI. So without a system prompt, Claude or ChatGPT is just a generic chatbot. It can answer questions, but it doesn't know the procedures, its own rules, or the tools that are available to it. So the system prompt is what transforms a general assistant to a specialized agent. Okay, so now let's kind of get into what's inside of a system prompt, right? Okay, so generally speaking, there are four main sections, right? And bear in mind, it's 2026, so we're still in the early era of AI, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But first of all, we have an identity and a role. So this is where we tell the AI, okay, who it is, right? And let's say, for instance, we tell it you're a personal finance advisor, right? Who helps people understand how they're spending, find savings and plan budgets, right? So this sets the tone and the focus of how this AI agent should move, right? Second, we have all the tools on these descriptions, right? So it can have MCP servers with different tools, parameters, and when to use each one. So this is how the AI knows that, oh, we already have a analyze spending function or a check budget function that it can call, right, to do these tasks. And without this specific section, the AI wouldn't know any tools exist. Third, we have playbooks, step by step procedures. So when a user could ask about the finances, we can tell it to do a specific task like, okay, analyze spending, flag unusual transactions, check subscriptions. So there's multiple different playbooks covering different tasks, right? And then fourth, we have rules and constraints. So we can tell it to always verify data before presenting it. Never make up task facts, right? And in this scenario, right, we can tell the agent, okay, verify the data 10 times before giving it to me as a source of truth. Okay, we can also tell it to always cite your sources, right? And we can tell it to keep, responses to, I don't know, 500 words unless we implicitly ask for more. So there's a lot of different guardrails, right? And we can see that with this system prompt, we can do a lot of really, really cool things in terms of specializing and making an agent, you know, 20, up to 20 to 50 times more accurate, right? So now let's get into, how a model can be the same, right? But then with the system file, it can be complete different agents. Okay, so the most important thing that I want you to understand from this series as a whole, right? If you've been watching all the previous videos, is like I just said, the same AI model, the exact same Claude or ChatGPT with the same API, same cost, really really has a crazy capability to become a completely different agent depending on the system prompt. So we give it a customer service prompt, right, with a complaint handling playbook. It's a support agent. Give it, extensive code review prompt, right? Then it's going to understand, okay, how to become a great code reviewer, right? Financial prompt, financial advisor. So as you can see, the model isn't changing; it's the prompt that changes, right? And that's why I love to call this the blueprint, because the system prompt is the product, right? And everything else around it is the plumbing per se. Okay, so this is going to be the end of our, AI explained series, right? Until the noticeable future. But I'm just going to recap a few things that we've covered in some of our episodes, right? So first we spoke about how AI is pattern recognition at a massive scale, right? It's not just thinking, right? Then agents add up. In episode two, we spoke about how agents add a loop on top of the AI, right? So it thinks, it acts, observes, and repeats. And that's what makes it really, really useful for real work. Next, we have, okay, MTP servers. They give the AI a set of hands. So they're a standard way for AI to use different tools, query databases, call APIs, run commands, all this really cool stuff. In four, we spoke about how skills can teach an AI specific domain knowledge, right? We write a markdown file and then we drop it in, right? Then we have lessons. Lessons can persist corrections across sessions, right? So we correct it once and it's fixed forever. We spoke about how memory is an illusion. An agent resends the full chat log every time. More memory means more cost. And in episode 7, this one here, we spoke about the system prompt is the most important file. The same model plus different prompts equal complete different agents, right? So I hope this series was able to help demystify AI as a whole for you. It's not magic, it's simply engineering. And now you kind of understand how every piece in the puzzle works, right? So thanks for watching AI Explained Simply. I'm Marv, and I hope to see you around in future videos.